On the night of June 11th, 2025, the atmosphere in Toronto was charged with a mix of excitement and tension as the lights at Scotiabank Arena dimmed, enveloping 19,800 fans who had eagerly awaited this moment for months. Kendrick Lamar, the acclaimed artist from Compton, with 21 Grammys and a Pulitzer Prize, took the stage for the first time since his intense rivalry with local star Drake had turned the city into a battleground. The crowd erupted in a deafening cheer, a mix of respect and defiance, as he launched into Humble to kick off the Grand National Tour stop. For over a year, Canadians had been on edge as Lamar, fearless and relentless, took aim at Drake with a series of diss tracks that shook the hip-hop world. This was more than just a concert. It was a charged homecoming, a cultural moment that threatened to redefine Toronto's musical history. Let's explore the electrifying atmosphere, the high stakes, and the twists of this momentous night. Hey everyone, welcome to Celebrity Rap Showroom. If you're into raw, unfiltered celebrity moments and hip-hop drama, you're in the right place. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. The origins of the feud date back to March 2024, when Kendrick's verse on Like That with Future and Metro Boomin sparked the conflict. He boldly declared, "The Big Three, it's just Big Me," directly challenging Drake's self-styled trio with J. Cole. In response, Drake released Push-Ups and Tailor-Made Freestyle, the latter controversially featuring AI-generated voices of Tupac and Snoop Dogg, which backfired when Tupac's estate threatened legal action. Kendrick retaliated with Euphoria, a powerful lyrical blow, followed by 616 in LA, and Meet the Grahams, where he accused Drake of concealing a secret daughter and painted an intimate picture of his rival's life. The final blow came with Not Like Us, a West Coast anthem that topped charts and dominated airwaves, with its performance at Super Bowl 59 in February 2025 serving as a global challenge to Drake's OVO empire. For the people of Toronto, this was more than just music. It was an invasion, a bold reclamation of hip-hop's essence by an outsider who had emerged victorious. The audience at Scotiabank Arena showcased a clear divide. Young fans wearing Kendrick Lamar shirts held up signs that read King Kendrick, while older Drake supporters, dressed in OVO Owl apparel, expressed their discontent. The tension reached its peak when Kendrick kicked off the show with Not Like Us, its heavy bass reverberating throughout the venue. The crowd was split. Half were chanting the hook, "They Not Like Us," while the other half stood silently with their arms crossed. Security prepared for possible confrontations, highlighting the city's divided loyalties. Kendrick, dressed in a black hoodie and diamond chain, observed the crowd with a piercing gaze, his silence between songs more impactful than any of his lyrics. This performance was more than just a concert. It was a celebration of victory, with Toronto as the battleground. The set list was a powerful statement of defiance. Following Not Like Us, Kendrick moved into DNA and Alright, songs that served as anthems of strength, resonating with the diverse audience. SZA joined him for Luther, their duet from GNX receiving a standing ovation, her soulful voice softening the night's intensity. However, the real shock came mid-performance with Meet the Grahams, which included personal attacks on Drake's family, accusing him of being an absent father and appropriating culture, hitting the audience like bombs. The arena gasped and then erupted, with some cheering Kendrick's audacity, while others booed the invasion of personal matters. A fan near the stage shouted, "This is our city," a plea that was met with Kendrick's unwavering gaze as he rapped, "I'm here to remind you what the truth tastes like." Drake's absence was palpable. The Six God, who had performed at this venue numerous times, was noticeably missing. His last public action, a cryptic Instagram post on June 10th, a black square with the words "Toronto Strong." Speculation ran rampant. Some said he was in Atlanta recording, while others suggested he was hiding at his Bridle Path mansion, dealing with the fallout from the feud. His shutout at the BET Awards in June, where Kendrick won 5 categories, had already diminished his local prominence. Kendrick's performance in Toronto felt like rubbing salt in the wound, a strategic decision to perform in enemy territory. OVO insiders hinted that Drake might respond with a surprise release, but as of 9:53 a.m. West Africa time on June 12th, nothing had surfaced, leaving the night firmly in Kendrick's hands. The background adds further significance. Kendrick's triumph was not just about lyrics, it was cultural. Not Like Us topped the Billboard Hot 100 for 8 weeks, and its music video garnered 100 million views in just a month. His Super Bowl performance, featuring dancers from Compton and showcasing West Coast pride, solidified his role as hip-hop's moral compass. Drake's attempts to respond through the Heart Part 6 and legal actions against Universal Music Group for alleged bot streaming failed to regain momentum, with his sales dropping 15% year-over-year. Toronto, once firmly in his grasp, now faced a changing identity, its streets resonating with Kendrick's beats rather than Drake's melodies. The concert's production heightened the tension. A large LED screen displayed visuals of Toronto's skyline transforming into Compton's, symbolizing a takeover. Pyrotechnics erupted during Money Trees, and a surprise guest, Baby Keem, joined Kendrick for Family Ties, showcasing their chemistry as a testament to TD's unity. However, the highlight of the night was Not Like Us, which was performed 3 times during the encore, each version louder than the last, with the crowd reaching a peak energy level, chanting "OV Ho." Kendrick's rare smile was significant. He recognized the moment's power, turning a rival's territory into his own victory. Fan reactions reflected a city in transition. Aisha Patel, a 22-year-old student, remarked, "Kendrick's authenticity surpasses Drake's polish. This feels like justice." In contrast, 35-year-old Drake fan Mark Thompson said, "He's disrespecting our own. This isn't Compton." Social media echoed this divide, with Kendrick Toronto trending on X, accumulating 1.2 million posts, half applauding Lamar's boldness and half condemning his presence. A viral video captured a Drake supporter throwing an OVO cap on stage, only for Kendrick to kick it into the crowd, eliciting mixed reactions. Security incidents highlighted the underlying tension, with 2 altercations occurring, one in the upper bowl and another at the exits, stemming from heated discussions about the feud. No arrests were made, but the atmosphere was charged, illustrating the depth of this rivalry. Kendrick's team, including manager Anthony Sala and Dave Free, monitored the situation from the sidelines, their presence serving as a quiet safeguard against any escalation. Free, who had recently confronted academics at a GNX show, appeared ready to protect Kendrick's narrative, keeping a watchful eye on the audience. The personal impact of the feud was palpable. Kendrick's Meet the Grahams suggested that Drake concealed a daughter, a claim Drake denied but never fully disproved, igniting tabloid speculation. Drake's counterclaims regarding Kendrick's family were less compelling and lacked evidence, while his silence since the Super Bowl hinted at a retreat. Toronto locals felt the repercussions. Drake's image as a local hero was tarnished, while Kendrick's as an outsider conqueror was solidified. The concert became a public referendum on this shift. Kendrick's performance had its flaws. Technical issues delayed King Kunta by 5 minutes, and a microphone problem during swimming pools frustrated some fans. However, his improvisational skills, such as adding a reference to Toronto with "shout out to the 6, but the crown ain't yours," turned these setbacks into memorable moments. SZA's set, featuring Good Days and a teaser for a new collaboration, provided a balance to the night's intensity, her warmth contrasting with Kendrick's edginess. The aftermath buzzed online, with ex-posts praising Kendrick's bold takeover, while Drake supporters accused him of bullying. Local radio host DJ Four Corners hosted a segment discussing whether Toronto should embrace or reject Lamar, with calls split 60-40 in his favor. Merchandise sales, GNX hoodies, and Not Like Us tees surged by 300% at the venue, indicating a shift in allegiance. Drake's camp remained silent, but a source close to OVO suggested a strategic pause for regrouping. Historically, concerts in Toronto have been dominated by Drake, whose 2016 Boy Meets World tour sold out in mere minutes. However, Kendrick Lamar's recent performance changes that narrative. His GNX album, which was released in January 2025, debuted at #1, surpassing Drake's re-release of Honestly, Nevermind by 40% in sales. The tour's average earnings of $9 million per show far exceed Drake's recent performances, highlighting Kendrick's momentum following their feud. This concert in Toronto was more than just a performance. It was a display of power. The cultural implications are significant. Toronto's hip-hop scene, which has thrived thanks to Drake's global influence, is now at a crossroads. Kendrick's show urged the city to redefine itself, not merely as Drake's territory, but as a platform for diverse voices. Fans like 19-year-old Jamal Carter remarked, "Drake gave us pride, but Kendrick's giving us truth." Meanwhile, 28-year-old Sarah Lee expressed concern, saying, "This feels like an outsider dictating our story." Kendrick's team took advantage of the moment. PG Lang's Dave Free created visuals that connected Toronto's multicultural identity with Compton's rawness, a narrative that resonated with younger fans. Anthony Sala arranged a post-show meet and greet that raised $50,000 for local youth programs, helping to soften Kendrick's outsider image. SZA, who has Canadian roots through her mother, added a personal touch, and her embrace with Kendrick after the performance symbolized unity. Drake's silence may be a strategic choice. He is currently embroiled in a legal dispute with UMG, claiming that Not Like Us was artificially boosted, with discovery proceedings on the horizon. Returning to Toronto could provoke backlash, especially after being snubbed at the BET Awards. In contrast, Kendrick's concert was a cultural triumph, with its live stream on Twitch, hosted by Kai Cenat, attracting 2 million concurrent viewers, surpassing the audience for Drake's last stream. The night concluded with Kendrick performing Humble, before dropping the mic and exiting to a standing ovation, with half the crowd chanting his name while the other half processed the experience. Outside, fans debated late into the night, some burning OVO merchandise, while others took selfies with GNX banners. This was not just a concert. It marked a significant shift, a moment when Toronto's hip-hop scene began to resonate with a new beat. As the city wakes on June 12th, the lingering question remains: will Drake reclaim his position, or has Kendrick permanently altered the landscape? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this situation, so please share your opinions in the comments. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay updated on this story.